here's Alex from Black Sheep IT Consulting. Yes, it's true. Oracle Database 23AI is certified with Siebel CRM, at least for Siebel 25. Not sure about the other versions, but to celebrate the occasion, I went into my favorite cloud, OCI, and I created an autonomous database using the, 23 AI version here. You can see that the database is running. So creating that ATP database was quite simple, and it then was not so simple, at least for me, because I'm a rookie. The database connectivity, so I finally figured out how to use all that information here to connect from a machine where I had Siebel 25.2 installed. So this is the machine where I have installed Siebel 25.2, and let's check out if I can reach SQL Plus using a username that is familiar, sadmin. So I've already created those users, Siebel sadmin, and I can indeed connect to that Oracle database 23AI. And it's the current version, so it's even higher than what's supported with Oracle, but I think that's fine for a demo. And what I did then was to use, the good old Siebel database wizard, which we should find here, database server configuration wizard to be exact. And I used that wizard to basically install a database, install a Siebel database into that 23AI database. So that proves more or less that the certification is fine, so you can run this. And I was even regaled with a upgrade wizard summary, so that proves more or less that all these steps have been executed, such as creating the Siebel tables and importing the Siebel data and repository. So that's a real Siebel database right now after running that. And that's, if you figure out the connectivity to your cloud-based database from that virtual machine and you run that wizard, you get a vanilla Siebel database. And in that vanilla Siebel database, and now I'm already connected to the Siebel database SQL, so that's the database actions panel from Oracle Cloud, and I'm querying from Siebel as prod_int. So let's run a simpler query. So the query I'm running now is select the row ID and the two description columns from Siebel as prod_int, and you can see that this is not the vanilla seed data, so I've updated these records to have some random, AI generated, to be fair, description text, which serves as a short text and a long description text. So we have some text in that standard Siebel table as it would have been entered or imported. And 23AI is of course super interesting because you can add vector columns, and I'm not sure how this will evolve with the standard Siebel CRM product, so I just went out into non-supported territory and I added a column, just really edited from the SQL console here, x_vec for vector. And let's see if we have that here. Okay, so that column initially, of course, is empty. It's already populated with, an array of numbers, which are the vector embeddings representing the description text long. And once you have those vector embeddings, and you have to generate them, and I'll demonstrate how I did it here, you can run similarity search on the, well, embeddings. So I have a sample query here prepared, which uses the vector distance function. So I'm querying on that column carrying the vectors, and I'm comparing, or I'm sending as a second parameter, basically the vector of the word fitness. And I'm doing a cosine similarity, and I'm calculating the distance, and I put out these columns, and I've fetched the first 12 rows. So what happens when we run this query? And we can see that it sorts the data, and the adjustable dumbbell weight set is the first that comes back through that sort. The distance is the lowest. So that means it's as close, fitness is as close to this long description text for that dumbbell. And yeah, it's a fitness product. It even says fitness in the text, but that's not about it. So we could try to search with some other text. And let's use, for example, food. And let's run that. So with the food query running, and we get, well, there's a food-related product, a matcha green tea powder, and that's definitely food-related. And there's a cookware set coming second, which is also definitely food-related, and the rest is not really food-related, I would say. So let's try one more with music. And when we run it with music as the input, well, we get the record player and the noise-canceling headphones first. So it's indeed working. So we get a similarity search on top of Siebel table. So that is truly exciting, and the future of search in Siebel CRM is probably something similar to that. So I have to really emphasize here, I'm experimenting, and I just inserted this xvec column, and I used an LLM to generate the embeddings and put them there. So this is not Siebel functionality at the time of this recording. Now, you might want to probably know, and if you stick around for a little bit longer, I'll explain how do you get these vector embeddings to work? How do you get that vector column populated with data? So we have to wind back to actually find a suitable large language model. So here I have one called All Mini LM L12 V2, and that large language model you can either embed directly into the database. That's the tagline of 23AI, bring AI to your data, right? So you embed the LLM into the core of the Oracle database, or you can also make outbound calls to other AI, such as the Cohere AI hosted on OCI, using outbound requests, which is definitely slower than embedding the LLM in your database. That LLM, of course, needs to be, well, transportable. So you might imagine you cannot just get OpenAI and download it. So these LLMs are pre-built and pre-factored for the use in Oracle. So there's, for example, this article from last year on the Oracle machine learning blog, which tells us that a pre-built embedding generation model for Oracle Database 23i is now available, or available since September, and that is built using the OML4PI, a Python tool that can augment, and that's the word, augment any LLM that's available, for example, on Hugging Face. Must be available in ONNX format, and it can augment and provide the format that is required by Oracle Database 23AI. So there's lots and lots of literature on that already. And this article basically points us to a ready-to-use ONNX file. So you can download that file and then you upload it into your database. So I did that, and here I'm back on my database actions panel, and you see that I used the data pump directory and I uploaded, two models actually, but this one is the one I'm using. I uploaded this file to this Oracle database directory, and from here I can load it as the model to use. And here is, these blog posts are very helpful in identifying the DBMS vector package, and there's a drop ONNX model function, so you drop eventually any older versions you have, and then you load the ONNX model from that directory, that file, and you give it a name, and that is all you have to do to load that LLM into the database. So get a suitable LLM or augment one yourself using the Oracle provided Python packages, upload it to the database directory, and from there you load it as the ONNX model. You can have multiple models. It's basically a table you can query. So here I have a query where you can find all the models that have currently been loaded. So I only have one model loaded, and it's for embedding. So just to prove that I was really brutal and non-conforming with Oracle standards as to Siebel CRM, how do you add columns to tables, I just used a very brutalist alter table statement, and I added an x underscore vec column with the data type vector. So that's of course the new data type supported in 23 AI. And then I ran this update statement, updating as prod_int, or you can imagine updating any Siebel table or a custom extension table where you have a vector type column. So I'm setting the new vector type column to the result of the vector embedding function, where you pass in the model and you pass in values. So the values taken from that long description text as the data. And the result is, as we have seen just before, just right now. Okay. Okay, give me, sorry, one. Now, now that should actually run and give us the populated x underscore vector column. Now that column is that vector array that represents the long description text. And so any search using cosine similarity or similarity search will calculate vectors for the search term and compare to and find similar vectors, and thus find similar records. So let's see it one more time. So here we have the statement for again, the vector distance functions allows us to calculate the distance of one vector to another, and the other vector is used passing music as the string. So let's see it one more time. And yeah, nice that it works on top of that data. So you can imagine how nice that feels when you think of your Siebel database as a rich data set, not just a few product records, but millions of records, service requests and stuff. And you want to find similar data based on text embeddings. That's the future of Siebel right there. It's a future we can just feel. It's not really there yet. But with the certification of Oracle Database 23 AI. Oracle is getting a big step closer to vector embeddings standardized in Siebel CRM. So we'll see how this works out. I say thank you for now and wish you a great day. Bye.